This is Sagarika Mahanti. Welcome to microeconomics classes. Today our topic is economic system. Let's discuss. What is economic system? Economic system is a system through which all the economic activities are regulated. Or we can say that economic system indicates the overall economic system of a country. So economic system is means by which societies or governments organize and distribute available resources, services and goods across a geographic region, a country or a country. It regulates factors of production of a country, and your factors of productions are your land, labor, capital, enterprises, etc. So economic system can be categorized into three major groups, that is your market economy, centrally planned economy and mixed economy. Let's discuss this economic one by one. First is market economy. Market economy is basically regulated by your private sectors. So market economic is the one in which the means of production, that is your factors of productions, are controlled and operated by the private sectors. It is also known as capitalist economy. In this kind of economy, production is done mainly for earning profit. And here some of the examples related to your market economy country, that are your USA, Germany, Canada, etc. Let's discuss some features related to your market economy. First is private ownership. As it is operated by the private sector, so all the ownership are going to the private sectors. All the means of production, that are your land, labor, capital, enterprise, are owned and managed by the private sectors. Independent decisions. Private sectors are not dependent to each other. So private sectors is free to take all the decisions relating to your production, consumptions and investment independently. Next is level of competition. We can say that market economic is related to your high competition, because different private sector firms are ready to compete to each other. So there is exist of stiff competition among the different private firms. Next is profit motive. The motive behind of every private sector is to earn high profit. So all the decisions are generally guided by the profit motive. Next is non-interference of government. We can say that there is non-interference of government role in case of your market economy. The government does not interfere in any economic activities related to your market economy, because all the activities are operated and controlled by your private sectors. Next is your price mechanism. Price mechanism means to determination of your price of a product. A market economic works through price mechanism. It is a process where price is determined by the market force, and your market force is demand and supply of the product. It helps in solving your central problem of economy, and we know the central problem of economic are your what to produce, how to produce and for whom to produce. The next is your centrally planned economy. As the name suggested over here, that is your centrally planned, that means it is regulated by the government. So centrally planned economic refers to an economy in which the means of productions are owned and controlled and operated by your government of the country. The government organizes all the economic activities and distributes various goods among the consumers on the basis of its own choice. This economic is also known as socialist economic. And here are some examples relating to your centrally planned economic country. They are China, Republic of Cuba, etc. Let's discuss some features relating to your centrally planned economy. First is state ownership. As it is operated by the government, so the ownership is going to the government of the country. So all the means of production, that is your factors of production, land, labor, capital, enterprises, are owned by the government. Decision making by the government. Government take all the decisions regarding to the consumption, production and investment as per the availability of resources of the country, that all are the resources, that is your natural resources, capital resources, human resources, etc. Next is level of competition. We can say that here the level of competition is no more. That means that there does not exist any element of competition under centrally planned economy, because we know that in one country there is one government and it is operated by the whole government of the country. Next is motive. The motive is in your centrally planned economy is basically maximize the social welfare. So it provides the basic activities which are developed for the societies. Next is your planning mechanism. All the decisions are taken and coordinated by the central planning authority. The central planning authority decides how to solve your centrally your economic problem, that is what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. Next is your mixed economy. As it is a mixed economy, that means it is a combination of both the market economy and centrally planned economy. Mixed economy refers to a system in which public and private sectors are allotted their respective roles for solving the central problems of the economy together. It is a combine the features of both the centrally planned and market economy, or we can say that mixed economy equals to your market economy plus centrally planned economy. And here the examples related to your mixed economic country is India. Let's discuss some of the comparison chart related to your market economy and centrally planned economy. First is meaning. Market economy refers to an economy in which the means of productions are owned and controlled and operated by the private sector. At the same time, centrally planned economy refers to an economy in which the means of productions are owned, controlled and operated by the government. Next point is your ownership. As per the ownership point, all the means of production, that is your land, labor, capital and enterprises, are private property. And here in case of your centrally planned economy, the means of productions are owned by the government in case of centrally planned economy. Next is your decision making. Decisions regarding production, consumption and investments are made independently in the market economy. And in case of centrally planned economy, all the decisions making is done by the government only. Competition. There is a high competition relating to your market economy and there is no competition relating to your centrally planned economy. Role of government. In case of the market economy, government does not play any role, but in centrally planned economy, government plays the complete role. Next is your problem solving. The problem solving that is relating to your central problem, that is what to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce, are solved through the price mechanism. And here the central problems are solved by the central planning authority as per the availability of resources. Or we can say that another point we can add here, that is market economy is also known as your capitalist economy and centrally planned economy is known as your socialist economy. Next is your one of the simple concept, that is opportunity cost. So what is opportunity cost? Opportunity cost is the cost of next best alternative for one. The loss or the loss of other alternatives when one alternative is chosen, or we can simply we know that it is what a person sacrifice when they choose one option over another. Here opportunity cost equals to your return on best option not chosen minus your return on option chosen. Going to work between skipping up work is related to your opportunity cost. In simply we can say that opportunity cost is your next best alternative cost. We can explain this through a small example. There in doing a business you have two investment opportunity, that is project X and project Y. For investing in project X you get 12% return, or in investing in project Y you get 17% return. So in this case after analysis some business environment, you choose project X and project X get your 12% return. So here the opportunity cost is your 5%, that is 17% minus 12%, that is 5%. That means your cost is 5%. Here you sacrifice 5%. If you choose Y, project Y, then you get 17%. But here the opportunity cost is 5%, that is your sacrificing cost. So opportunity cost is related to your sacrificing cost. So this is related to your economic system and opportunity cost. Hope you guys understood my topic. Thank you for watching me.